Welcome to our video, 20 National Monuments Under Threat from Climate Change, where we explore the delicate balance between our iconic landmarks and the pressing environmental challenges they face. From the towering peaks of Denali National Park to the historical significance of the Statue of Liberty, these treasured sites are experiencing the profound impacts of a changing climate. Join us as we traverse the nation, shining a light on the threats facing each monument and the urgent need for preservation efforts to safeguard our natural and cultural heritage for future generations. 1. Statue of Liberty, New York. Standing as a symbol of freedom and democracy, the Statue of Liberty is facing threats from rising sea levels and stronger storms. The iconic monument, which has welcomed countless immigrants to American shores, is built on Liberty Island, a low-lying area vulnerable to flooding. As sea levels continue to rise, the foundation of the statue is at risk of being compromised. Additionally, the increasing intensity of storms could lead to significant damage to both the statue itself and the surrounding infrastructure. Protecting this cherished symbol requires immediate attention to counteract the looming dangers posed by climate change. 2. Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. Carved into the granite face of the Black Hills, Mount Rushmore is a testament to American history, showcasing the likenesses of 4 revered presidents. However, the stability of this monumental rock face is being threatened by wildfires, extreme weather, and erosion. As temperatures rise, the frequency and intensity of wildfires increase, posing a significant risk to the surrounding forest and the monument itself. Erosion, accelerated by heavy rains, further compromises the integrity of the rock, necessitating urgent conservation efforts to preserve this national treasure. 3. Joshua Tree National Park, California. Famed for its unique Joshua trees, this national park is facing unprecedented threats from rising temperatures and prolonged droughts. These iconic trees, which have stood for centuries, are struggling to survive in an environment that is becoming increasingly inhospitable. The lack of sufficient water and the scorching heat are pushing the limits of their resilience. As these conditions persist, the very identity of the park is at risk, highlighting the urgent need for measures to mitigate climate change's impact on this unique ecosystem. 4. Glacier National Park, Montana. Once home to over 150 glaciers, Glacier National Park now hosts fewer than 30, with rapid melting altering the park's ecosystems and water sources. This dramatic reduction in glaciers is altering habitats for diverse species, impacting both flora and fauna. As glaciers continue to shrink, the park's rivers and streams experience changes in flow patterns, affecting the availability of water for ecosystems and humans alike. The loss of these icy giants underscores the pressing need to address climate change and its cascading effects. 5. Ellis Island, New York, New Jersey. A beacon of hope for millions of immigrants, Ellis Island is now grappling with increased flooding that threatens its historical buildings and infrastructure. The island, located in New York Harbor, is particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels and storm surges. As floodwaters encroach upon this historic site, the preservation of its rich history becomes increasingly challenging. Efforts to safeguard Ellis Island from the encroaching waters are essential to preserving its legacy for future generations. 6. Bandelier National Monument, New Mexico. Home to ancient cliff dwellings, Bandelier National Monument faces threats from more frequent wildfires and flash floods. These natural disasters pose significant risks to the preservation of the park's cultural heritage. As wildfires become more common and intense, the fragile structures of these ancient dwellings are increasingly at risk. Flash floods, which can occur without warning, further threaten the integrity of the site, emphasizing the need for proactive measures to protect this invaluable piece of history. 7. Devil's Tower National Monument, Wyoming. This striking natural formation is under threat from shifting temperatures and erosion. As the climate changes, the stability of the rock structure may be compromised, posing risks to both the monument and visitors. Erosion, exacerbated by weather fluctuations, can lead to the gradual weakening of the tower's foundation. Protecting this unique geological wonder requires a concerted effort to address the environmental changes impacting its resilience. 8. Fort Sumter National Monument, South Carolina. Rising sea levels pose a significant threat to Fort Sumter, a historic site already surrounded by water. As the ocean encroaches, the structural integrity of the fort is at risk, along with the preservation of its historical significance. Efforts to reinforce and protect this iconic location are crucial to safeguarding its legacy amidst the challenges posed by climate change. 9. Cape Hatteras National Seashore, North Carolina. The picturesque lighthouses and beaches of Cape Hatteras are under siege from coastal erosion and stronger hurricanes. These forces of nature are reshaping the coastline, threatening the integrity of both natural and man-made structures. As hurricanes grow in intensity, the risk of damage to these historic sites increases, necessitating proactive measures to protect this beloved national seashore. 10. Mesa Verde National Park, Colorado. Renowned for its ancient cliff dwellings, Mesa Verde is at risk from increased wildfires and changing rainfall patterns. The dry conditions and heightened fire risk endanger the preservation of these archaeological treasures. Changes in rainfall can also lead to erosion and damage, underscoring the urgent need to address climate change's impact on this historic site. 11. Everglades National Park, Florida. The delicate wetland ecosystem of the Everglades is threatened by rising sea levels and saltwater intrusion. These changes are disrupting the balance of this unique environment, impacting the diverse species that call it home. As saltwater encroaches, the freshwater habitats essential to the park's biodiversity are at risk, highlighting the need for concerted efforts to protect this ecological treasure. 12. Olympic National Park, Washington. The melting glaciers of Olympic National Park are having a profound impact on the park's rivers and ecosystems, leading to biodiversity loss. As glaciers recede, the flow of water shifts, affecting habitats and species reliant on these resources. The changes in the ecosystem underscore the pressing need to address climate change and its effects on this pristine park. 13. Canyonlands National Park, Utah. Flash floods and rising temperatures are impacting the desert ecosystems of Canyonlands National Park. The sudden influx of water from flash floods can cause significant erosion and damage to the landscape. Rising temperatures further stress the delicate balance of this arid environment, threatening the plants and animals adapted to its unique conditions. 14. Chaco Culture National Historical Park, New Mexico. The ancient Pueblo ruins of Chaco Culture National Historical Park are under threat from increased droughts. These dry conditions pose significant challenges to the preservation of this archaeological site. As water becomes scarcer, the structures and artifacts face increased vulnerability, emphasizing the need for strategies to safeguard this invaluable cultural heritage. 15. Golden Gate National Recreation Area, California. Coastal erosion and rising sea levels are threatening the beaches and historic sites of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. The iconic Golden Gate Bridge, along with other historic landmarks, faces increasing risks from these environmental changes. Efforts to protect this cherished area are essential to preserving its beauty and historical significance. 16. Mount St. Helens National Volcanic Monument, Washington. Changing temperatures could impact volcanic activity and forest recovery at Mount St. Helens. The delicate balance of the ecosystem is at risk as weather patterns shift, affecting the natural processes that drive the recovery of this volcanic landscape. Understanding and addressing these changes is crucial to ensuring the long-term resilience of this unique monument. 17. Denali National Park, Alaska. Rising temperatures in Denali National Park are causing permafrost melt and landscape shifts. These changes have significant implications for the park's ecosystems and the species that inhabit them. As the permafrost thaws, the stability of the terrain is compromised, posing challenges to both the natural environment and human activities in the area. 18. Petrified Forest National Park, Arizona. Intense drought conditions threaten the preservation of the fossilized trees in Petrified Forest National Park. The lack of moisture poses risks to the delicate balance required to maintain these ancient relics. As droughts become more frequent, the challenges of preserving this unique site become increasingly complex, highlighting the need for proactive conservation efforts. 19. Big Bend National Park, Texas. Extreme heat and decreased rainfall are reducing the survival of wildlife and plants in Big Bend National Park. The harsh conditions are pushing the limits of resilience for many species, threatening the biodiversity of this unique ecosystem. Addressing these challenges is essential to ensuring the long-term health and vitality of this cherished national park. 20. Shenandoah National Park, Virginia. More frequent storms and invasive species are harming the native forests of Shenandoah National Park. The increased intensity of storms leads to damage and erosion, while invasive species threaten the delicate balance of the park's ecosystems. Protecting this natural haven requires concerted efforts to mitigate these environmental challenges and preserve its beauty for future generations.